And we're live with Vampire the Requiem Session 4. We finally got here after September 10th. That was the last airing. So now we're ready to go for Session 4. We have with us Connal Riley, played as Sam.
Hey.
Yo. We have Mikhail Silco, as played by Mike Fazio. Nice. We've got Michael Jones, played by Mark Lane.
That one wasn't me.
It's a ventrilla burp.
I threw it.
And last we have our Gatorade GM, Robert Lyle.
Who missed the last session so he could go see Rogue One.
That's sad.
Had to go see Rogue One.
I got sick on mine when I had to reschedule.
Oh, that's rough.
So anyway,
Yeah,
guys, we're so excited that you guys can join us for our Session 4. I know it's appreciate you guys kind of being patient with us. And with the new year, our schedules kind of get the holiday schedule is always pretty hard. But we appreciate you guys subscribing, and hopefully you guys have a real good time watching us, and we'll have a lot of fun too. So we also check out the INVICTUS. The INVICTUS stream itself on Wednesday night at 8 o'clock, 8 Eastern. They play campaigns and sometimes some one-offs. So go ahead and check that out. Right now we're going through, we just finished the first episode for Grimm is the system, and those guys are getting that going. It looks really fun so far. It's kind of like a good Stranger Things kind of Call of Cthulhu type thing going on. So it's really cool. If it's anything like any of the other stuff they've done, it'll be top notch. So you guys make sure to check that out on Wednesdays. And also and welcome to the INVICTUS community stream. We appreciate you guys being here, and we're just basically here from the INVICTUS stream. We've got a Facebook community that we're a part of. So if you are not a part of that, go ahead and check below in the description. We've got a link to that. We'd love to have you and just kind of hang out. You don't have to stream with us on the community stream. But if you want to, that's cool too. You send me an email. The email is also in the description below. And then we can start getting more of these campaigns going yourself, or maybe some one-shots. So whatever you want to do, or if you just want to support us and, just say, hey, we'd love a like. So anyway, we appreciate you guys, and I will turn it over to Bob.
I'm going to Harlan this for a second. Speaking of Grimm, one of my most favorite TV shows on air right now, and I'm sad it's ending. Sorry, Bob.
All right. We're sad faces. Let's go, Bob. Thank you.
If everybody remembers from last time, I'm just going to give a... If you can remember back that far.
I just read your tag on the bottom, Bob.
Keeper and whatnot.
Keeper and whatnot.
Awesome.
You were brought to the Emperor of Rome, the real Emperor, vampire, deep in the catacombs. One thing led to another, and a bunch of possessed vampires possessed by the Strix busted in. He told you to give him the rings that you've had for the past couple of episodes. You handed those over, and he told you to step into the light, just like how you got here. He turns around after the Strix bust into the room, holds up his hand. They stop. He turns around, and you see that his eyes are glowing. And in a flash of light, the room disappears. So now, welcome to the new year. And all four of you slowly, the stars clear from your vision, and you can tell that you're still in the throne room, except that it is way older. There's 2 inches of dust on the floor, cobwebs everywhere. You can hear rats in the background, dripping water. And you just appear right where from where you disappeared.
That bastard.
Yeah, that wasn't cool. Not cool. Now, is he here, or?
No, the room is empty except for you four.
Oh, so no Strix, no nothing, right?
No. No.
Did
that's a plus.
X and O just left out?
They left before the Strix busted through the door. They were ushered out.
They were ushered out?
Yeah, they were told to leave before the Strix busted through.
Did we see which direction they went?
They went, if you're facing the dais where the throne sat, which is now destroyed, and you're looking out the main doors that blew up, to your right, you see it's just a cavern, like a natural cavern in the back corner.
Guys, what just happened?
I don't know. I saw a white light and a flash, and that was that. And here we are. Same room, same everything.
We just got hosed is what
Yeah.
happened.
What happened to our bands?
I think that guy stole it. He went back on his word. How could he?
I'm
Seemed
more
like-
interested in knowing how he had fooled X and Y.
Oh,
Or X and O, excuse me.
hugs and kisses.
Q.
Yeah.
T.
Z.
Well, I want to see if
Sure.
maybe we can catch up with them real quick.
You've got two ways to go. You can go out the main doors, or you can go the way X and O went.
I'd like to go.
sorry.
Go ahead.
I say we go the way X and O went.
I was thinking the same.
Yeah, get some answers.
So I go ahead and head on through the cavern. So I'll go ahead and start running.
And Bob, you say that this place looks like it's much older than when we,
Yeah,
because I mean, okay, so
because it
William's
was
taken off.
pristine. It was pristine when you left. I mean, it was like marble, tiled and everything. It was real nice for a vampire throne room.
Okay,
But now it looks like ruins.
because I'm thinking if William's taken off, I'm pausing for a sec because if I see this, I don't think they're gonna be there.
I dig my heels in, and then just kind of, as we kind of notice, stuff doesn't look the same. So, let's kind of turn around. Michael, I don't think we're in Rome, or at least if we're in Rome,
I think this is
not the right time.
yeah, I think we're in a way more Rome closer to our time, as
And
old as this
I
looks.
have a beard again.
It's been centuries then.
Man.
Power beard, guys.
Because I think last time we played, I didn't have mine either. So.
No. Damn. All right, well, we got two options here. We got to pick one way to go.
I mean, I think the way that X and O went may still be a good choice. I mean, flip a coin, but do we hear anything? Is anything?
The only thing you hear is like rats, scuttling and squeaking and like dripping water, like you hear in a cave. Other
Now,
than that,
before, how did we get to the dais? Oh, no, we were in
We were brought in.
yeah,
What was the place called again? I think I wrote it down.
We
I
met
sure
at the
hope so.
Coliseum.
So we should still be in Signon. Well,
Well, we
I'm
were
gonna
in-
go. I'm gonna run over to the door and I'm gonna open it just slightly and just kind of peek out.
they were blown up off the hinges.
Yeah.
If you remember,
Can I see through then, or is it pitch black?
with your vision you can see, but you don't see any life. And again, it looks just like the throne room does now. It's not in ruins like this, but
Does it look like? I'm kind of cheating, but does it look like Signon? Like because we'd come through this way before.
oh no, I see what you're saying. No, you're still in Rome.
Because
Okay.
yeah, I'm trying to remember. We were met or we met up with the people at the Coliseum? Or is it under the Coliseum, or it was just a cavern nearby? Or
Let's pretend that you don't. If you were to leave, you wouldn't know which way to go.
okay, yeah. So we're basically blind. We don't know what we're doing. Okay.
So say we go the way of X and O. Anyone else with me?
No, I agree.
Connal starts walking.
Cool.
They
roll.
they went that way for a reason.
Yeah.
We know that they still exist in the future, so
Maybe we'll catch up.
As
They could have
you're
left something for us too, if they known that we would be at a different time or whatever. They may have left something. So we just start walking.
okay,
heightened
William,
awareness. I am checking everything.
Okay, Michael, roll 2 10s. We're going to go percentage. Get over 60.
I don't think so.
No.
I got a 43.
Okay.
A 4 and a 3.
William, you go ahead and roll 2, since you brought up hidden stuff. Good job, Harley.
Yeah, look out for that hole. Oh, sorry.
That looks like a.
Thanks for coming out.
I'm going to get a closer look at that, but that looks like a double.
My head exploded. That's what I was.
Damn.
Okay, there's nothing in this room for you.
That we can tell.
It's in front of your face.
And if there was, William probably destroyed it. Looking for it.
Do we still have our weapons? Or did they?
No, you don't.
Okay. So we're basically unarmed. We're just
All
clothes.
you have is your wits and your powers.
I want to steal a rat. Because I can see. No, I guess that's Connell's deal. Shouldn't tread on that.
It'd have to be a really big rat.
Yeah.
And you do notice something weird. With your vision, you would be able to see heat. You can tell that these rats are close, but you detect no life whatsoever.
Sorry, I tried to beat that.
They're vampire rats?
Yeah.
No, they've got heat. Vampires aren't warm.
Oh, I thought you said that the rats gave off no heat at all.
No, there's no heat. You don't detect
No,
any
you
life.
saw that we
You can
saw.
hear it.
We can
You can-
see heat signature.
Yeah. You can hear rats, but you can't see any.
Well, that's not good.
So is the area that we're going through? I'll go ahead and clear.
Please do.
Yeah.
Get away.
And
Is there a way that is it just get darker, or is there any way is it navigable, basically going through the cavern?
no, as you enter the cavern, you see on the walls are some really, really old looking lanterns. And as you approach them, a small green flame appears in it. Nothing to really like brighten up the, like the sun or anything, but enough for like a low ambient light. You can see that.
So it's just spontaneously lights?
Yeah.
So I walk up, I
Okay.
grab, and I hand it over to, nope, this way.
Oh, they're like every 10 feet.
Oh, okay. I
So
grab
as
one
we-
anyway.
Okay.
So as we approach, they light up, and as we keep walking, the ones behind us dim again?
No, they stay lit.
Oh, okay. All right, this is weird.
I grabbed one. Is there any markings on it that?
No, it's just like a iron lantern, shape of a circle. It's probably as big as smaller than a soccer ball.
Okay.
And just floating in the middle of it is just a small green flame.
Okay. I set it back, and then we just keep walking.
Mhm.
Or I start
Okay.
walking.
I'm still looking at the walls around us, anything as we go, looking for anything that could be a potential weapon. If I'm not armed, I'm not comfortable.
All right,
following Michael.
Michael, go ahead and roll me 2 10s. Get above a 30. Please. I must say that's pretty good. Okay, you notice that some faint footprints in the dust, and they go up to a wall. And if you can imagine, like it looks like somebody walked right through the wall. There's half a footprint, and it goes right into the wall.
Okay.
If
I would-
you understand what I'm saying.
Yes, and I would call their attention to it and say, "Wait, hey, look!" And I would start to be looking at the wall, trying to find, okay, this must push through. It must pivot. This is a doorway or an access or something.
Okay, as you put your hands on it, they go right through the wall.
So, Wolfenstein, cool.
Yeah.
Um,
It's basically an illusion.
I stick my pinky toe in.
Stick your what?
Pinky toe.
I go ahead and I walk over and I nudge Mikhail through.
And I go through.
All right. And he disappears through the wall.
yeah, my arm's already halfway in. I'm going
Mikhail.
to ease through.
Hey, you guys.
Can you hear me?
Can I hear him?
Yeah, you can hear him.
Hey, what's up?
You can
Tell
actually
me what
see.
you see.
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah, pretty good so far.
As far as you know.
Yeah, as far as I know, I'm doing fantastic. Couldn't be better. Now, am I really doing well is the question.
There's a
Yeah,
grue
you're-
behind you.
Yeah.
You've dissolved in acid.
The passage that you've entered, and it's odd for that you notice that it's perfectly square and made out of brass. This whole hallway, and it disappears into the distance.
It's made out of brass.
It's really pretty, guys. Come take a look.
Is
I'll
it
step
bright down that hallway? Or
Is there any illumination?
Mikhail, are there any light sources where you're at?
There
I'm already
is-
stepping in.
There's light, but it gets dark. Like really dark. Like I'm not going there without you guys, so get your ass in here.
I'm going to go ahead and, since you said that, I'm going to go ahead and grab one of the torches or one of the lanterns. And
Okay, I was going to say that there are lanterns
Okay.
like in the cave inside there, and this tunnel made out of brass has been worked to perfection. You can't see any seams. It's just like if you can imagine a perfect square, no working around it. It's just a perfect brass hallway, shiny, almost mirror-like. So the light that these lanterns put off is reflected, just like a mirror.
Does anyone else get the image of a gelatinous cube coming down the hallway? And
Wait a second. I'm going to put my hand back through the other side. Does it go through?
Yeah,
Okay,
you can
cool.
see through the other side.
Oh, perfect. All right. Just making sure.
It's
so it's
from your perspective in the hall, the brass hallway. As you look back, it's just a doorway. There's
Got it.
nothing blocking it.
so this is like the one-way
Yeah.
passages at the Coliseum. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so, well, I know that there's at least 3 of us in there. Connal, have you come in yet, or are you holding back?
It was funny. I went in after Mikhail.
So what do
Can't
we
let
see?
the coward show me up.
Well, he didn't really show you up. He was kind of
I'm
forced.
just kind of pushed in.
I didn't see it. I just knew he was in there.
Okay, so everybody's in the brass tunnel.
Brass cube
Yes.
room.
Okay.
brass monkey.
And it's
Okay.
smooth walls, smooth floors, no weapons, no outcroppings, nothing.
Nothing. And you can see that it as the lights come on, and the lights are different here because when the one light comes on, it's just like in the movies where you see lights come on down the hallway,
Mhm.
and you can see, and it keys at about 100 feet.
Hey guys, I'm going to go ahead and go on up a little further, and I'm going to start to listen and see if I can hear anything as I get real close to the end of this hallway.
I have an idea, and if you want to do that, this looks so much like something that would be, looks so easy, walk straight down, and then halfway through you get shot.
Right. So what I'm thinking is, since I'm really fast, I should be able to get up, and also have danger sense as well. So if anything gets too bad, I'm going to hightail it this way. So you guys stay a little bit further behind.
Not a problem.
I'll be in front of everyone else, but behind, far enough back.
I'll be very far back.
Bob, in the room we started in and in the area, was there loose gravel, fist-sized rocks, anything like that?
In the tunnel, yeah.
I want to run back and at least get a rock.
Okay.
I'll be right back. Anybody
There's
else
also
want a rock?
There's also those lanterns too. If y'all want to grab one of those, I don't know if there's any. If you can break any of them, there's accelerant inside of it.
Not a bad idea.
I'll grab a lantern.
I'm gonna put down my lantern or give it to somebody else because
Sure.
I'll be going down.
I'll grab that lantern.
All right. So I'm dashing back, coming back with a rock. Since we're just at that doorway, it shouldn't, be a matter of moments. So
All right.
So
So
just reach your hand through and pick one up.
I go down the end of the hallway and I'm trying to, go kind of slow, but also try to hear.
Okay, let's do roll a check to see if you hear anything, audibly hear anything.
is this a group thing or is this
No, just for
William?
William. Just for William.
All right. I think I'm rolling okay. Oh. I've got a 3 and a 6. Are we doing? You said are we switching to percentages on our rolls? Or?
No, just I'll tell you when it's a percentage.
Okay.
What's your perception?
Let's see.
Perception.
Dang, I'm so out of practice of looking up stuff.
Yeah. I can't find it on the damn page.
Perception was intelligence plus wits, I believe.
There you go. Roll your intelligence plus your wits, correct, or William?
2, 3.
Oh.
Okay, so that'd be
And if you had like investigation,
It's composure
5.
plus wits.
Composure plus
Composure.
wits.
Ah,
I also have auspex as well.
allspice. Is that what you said?
Yeah. So it should be 6. It should be an 8, but. Ding. So
Dang.
So even without re-rolling the two
3
tens,
successes.
you get a. Well, go ahead and roll the 2 10s and see if you get into some more 10s.
Oh, a 4
No.
and a 2. So
So
just
you
2
got-
successes. The 1 cancels the 9.
Yeah.
mhm.
So I'm going to say that's a pretty good success. In the distance, down both tunnels, you hear almost a mechanical sound, but nothing that would have to do with the time period you're in. This sounds more modern. You can hear like gears and kind of clockwork type stuff. And you also hear like a humming, like an electrical humming. The electrical humming you hear more, it's more prevalent down the right side, but the mechanical sounds are both coming from both directions.
I look back.
It's safe? I'm not moving unless it's safe. I mean,
He's quietly waving us forward.
are you sure it's safe?
I'm gonna come forward
oh.
quietly now.
All right, I'll be right there.
I'll flick Mikhail on the forehead.
I'm sorry. All right, I move against the wall towards him slowly.
Okay, you make it down the tunnel that you just left. You look back and pieces of it looks like are lifting and turning, and in its place is a huge void filled with stars.
I stick My pinky. No.
And about every 10 seconds, a section of that 10-foot section of this, either, it's like on some sort of contraption. It goes down or goes up or slides to the side.
It's the
And-
cabin in the woods.
Guys, I think we
Yeah,
need to head
kinda.
on real quick because it looks like the rest of the hallway is starting to dismantle. We need to hurry up quick.
Yeah.
Which way?
I hear some humming. I hear some humming to the right, and also hear some mechanical sounds. But I think we possibly need to go to the right.
Let's move. I agree.
I have to trust
So
your
go ahead
judgment.
and head off.
Okay, as you head to the right, you see in front of you again the huge void with stars, but instead of the tunnel disappearing, pieces of it are being assembled right in front of you.
Like adding to it.
Yeah.
So I kind of slow down a little bit and then cautiously step forward to make sure that, that whatever it is that I'm stepping on can support my weight.
Okay, yeah, it definitely can support your weight. And you do notice that where there should be a seam, there isn't. Again, it's just one solid tunnel made out of brass.
I look back and I look at Connal and do you think this is safe?
I'm curious if it'll rebuild itself if we backtrack.
I think we should continue to move forward.
Yeah, I mean, it's no use going back, but it sure does make me curious. We've already chosen a direction. Let's go for it.
I
We've
agree.
already been in the past too long. Let us move forward.
So I go ahead and I keep shark swim forward, so I swim forward.
Let's
Okay.
get out of history and into the future.
As you
Make it so.
as you walk down the hallway, gaining more and more confidence, you're not really worried about anything happening to you as these sections are being built. You come to an opening, again, made out of brass. It has like a gangplank type of platform, and this room is perfectly round. You see another tunnel or a doorway just appears, like the brass tears across the way, folds in on itself, and now there's a door, and again another perfect tunnel.
So the room is a sphere?
Yes, it's a sphere, and there's a bridge going through it to the other side.
So it's like one of those dorky mazes that spins and freaks you out.
Well, think the Cerebro in the X-Men movies.
Gotcha. Do I notice,
Something
like,
else.
does the platform, does it stop at the end or something?
No, it goes completely across the sphere to the other side to the tunnel that just appeared.
Okay. Before we get into the actual thing, I go ahead and kind of look left and right. And if everything's clear, I'm going to keep walking forward.
Okay, as you hit the center of the room, two shiny silver posts come up on each side of the little gangplank you're on.
And I jump back real quick. And then I inspect the actual posts themselves. Does it look like there's anything on top of them?
You can
Think
see
about them.
they're about, well, if you imagine my hand, a circle bigger than my hand. That's what the tops of these posts are.
Okay. And then there's just two of them.
There's the room.
Yeah. You're walking across this bridge, and those two posts come up on,
About midway.
midway.
Something tells me once we pass those posts, there's no going back.
So I inspect the post for anything like any switches or anything like that.
There's no switches.
Okay.
I mean, again, this has a mirror finish, and it's basically just grown out of the little bridge that you're on.
Okay. I take a
Sure.
couple of steps past it.
Okay. Each one of them are about between your waist and your lower chest high.
And XNO brought us to strange places. We gotta get somewhere. I'm gonna go ahead and follow William.
So you passed the post.
Yep.
Yep.
All four of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Against my better judgment, yeah.
Mikhail keeps his pinky toe.
Okay. Nothing happens as you pass in between them and reach the other side.
That was weird. I was expecting something.
I'm grateful there wasn't.
All right. Do we see anything on the other side of the door? I know that we're not close enough to actually be at it, but I mean, any motion, activity, anything
No,
other than a doorway?
the humming is getting louder as you go through this spherical room.
So does it just
approach
sound
the
kind
door.
of mechanic, like an electric hum, or
Yeah, kind of like
we
electric
know
hum.
kind of what it was?
Well, go ahead and roll that.
Perception again.
Because don't you have someone with electronics power or something like that?
I
William?
have one with electronics.
Hmm.
I've got computer.
Wait, aren't we in the history? Are we in the past where there's no computers? Right.
We don't know.
I know. I'm kidding.
These weird worlds that are being built.
So I'll go ahead and just do.
Trying for 2 since,
Just two?
2 successes.
Oh. Nope.
No? Okay. All you can tell is it's an electric hum and it's getting closer.
Okay.
Or
I
you're
just
getting
keep.
closer to it.
I keep walking closer.
Okay, as you pass through the spherical room and hit the tunnel on the other side, you hear a noise from behind you. And you look back and you see the post sink back into the bridge. And you see almost like circuitry, little lines of circuitry, and it disappears.
Let's keep going.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just keep going and kind of, I guess, because we know that that's there. So I'll just keep walking.
Did we lose Connal?
Yeah.
I think we did.
I'm sure he'll be back in a minute.
Yeah.
Now, how far, distance-wise on this bridge are you talking for the, going one side of the room to the other?
Wow, everybody's dropping.
Yeah,
it's
I
crashing
dropped
a lot
earlier.
tonight. Yeah.
Okay. I was glad. I was like, you all
Yeah.
froze and I was still moving. I was
Yeah,
like,
That's what
that
happened
happened to
last
me
time.
earlier.
I was
Hey,
freaking
Lyle.
out there.
did you guys win while I was gone?
Yeah, we did.
Game's over.
We found the raccoon, and we said we don't need your services.
We would not like to buy any cookies. Thank you.
You'd steal them anyway.
Are they raccoon cookies?
So, how far from one end to the other is this bridge?
100 feet.
Okay, so and the posts came up about halfway.
Yeah, about 50 feet.
All right, so we're on our way to the door. Again, my mentality is, okay, we've been through this weird stuff. If this has been set up for us and everything is falling apart and reassembling and all, we're meant to go somewhere. I'm not just going to haphazardly just run, but I'm going to go ahead and start walking to the door.
Yeah. How far are we off the ground?
50 feet.
Okay. I'm afraid of heights. So, guys, can we go?
Yeah,
I juke kick Mikhail off.
The bridge?
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and walk up to the door. Is it a doorway or a door like? with
It's
an
just a
actual door?
passageway. No, there's no
Passageway.
door. It's just a passageway.
Okay, I'll go ahead and walk up through the passageway.
I want to look around the corner.
Okay, you don't see anything, but you feel like an electricity in the air. Your hair standing on end, and you can smell
That's
ozone.
impressive.
Were the pillars, were they touchable?
Yeah, you could have touched them if you wanted.
Hang on just a second, guys. And I'll go ahead and walk about halfway back, and I ask Michael, is it Michael? Mark, what's your character? Yep. Okay.
Yep, that's me.
I'll go ahead and ask Michael to head with me. And then I go ahead and I'm going to touch the actual pillar itself.
You're gonna die.
You're just touching one of them. As you do get to the center again, they come back up out of the bridge. You're just touching one.
I'm touching one.
Okay, nothing happens.
Touchy.
Hey, Michael, do you mind try and see what happens if we touch that other? Just
Since he's already touching one, I'll
Okay.
touch
we're vampires. What's the worst that can happen? This would be a weird story.
Heard
if we
that
died.
before.
Yeah.
Okay, nothing happens.
All right, now this has got me curious though. What would happen if I put my hand through the hole in the top of the post?
Oh no, it's flat.
Oh, when I heard you say it was a hole.
Oh yeah,
I
it
thought-
was
so
like a
that's-
circle about as big as my
Oh,
bigger
okay.
than my hand. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
Okay, and then, well, okay. Let's just keep going, I guess. So I'll go ahead and walk, and I just kind of head on through even through the passageway until, we kind of get to something reasonable.
So you say now through the doorway, it's another T, like left and right, or is it just?
No, it keeps going straight.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's go. I mean, it's still straight, smooth walls. We don't see anything, just barren.
You don't see anything yet.
Okay, I keep going.
Yeah.
Okay. As you get to the other side, you hear the pillars in the background. They sink back into the bridge, and again, you see little flashes of what looks like electricity going through circuitry, like you would see in the movies. And they disappear.
All right, I start walking through the passageway.
Okay, as you walk through the passageway, you notice that you're on an incline, a decline,
Okay.
and the tunnel is slightly curving. You can't really notice it at first, but the farther you get into it, you notice that it's.
Is the noise getting louder, or is it about the same?
Yeah, it's getting louder.
Anything that we would recognize? Generator?
It doesn't sound like a generator. Again, it sounds like if you were like in a huge server room.
Okay. Just a buzz.
Yeah.
Fans or something. All right, I just keep walking.
I'd want to keep my focus on the noise, so that if it starts to get to the point where, okay, we're about to step into something, I'd want to be a little more cautious as it gets louder.
Okay. You go another 100 or 200 feet, and the passageway goes from a bright, shiny brass to it's kind of tarnished, kind of green, not like really like an old penny, but you can tell that this is something may have happened in the tunnel you're going to. It's square, and then it starts going out like that until you get to a huge room. And in the middle of the room are 4, they look like onyx pillars in the middle. Really dim light comes from the center. So these pillars are in a square, and in the center you can see a dim light.
Is it natural light, or is it damaging sunlight that will hurt us?
No, it's not. It's not sunlight. No.
Well, we've seen this before.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Twice. Shafts and all.
Uh-huh.
Shafts.
All right,
We've
guys,
been shafted twice.
Yeah.
Yep. Going up and sticking something in the light.
Yep.
Now,
Mikhail's face.
these pillars you're going to, they're not made out of light. They're made out of like onyx.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
They set side by side, and the opening between them is probably 9 inches.
And there's 5 of them.
4 of them.
4.
They're set side by side, so 4 squares from floor to ceiling, and in the middle you see a dim light. So you can't even walk into it. If you wanted, you could put your arm through it, but
Okay. I was thinking a big thing of light. You're just talking about a
Yeah,
shaft
no.
light
Yeah.
like that.
and it's not even a shaft. It's just an illumination.
I'm going to go up and touch the onyx column.
I was thinking about putting my hand near the light, kind of like we did in the last one, just to see, okay, what happens.
Let's do it at the same time.
Is it gonna burn?
Probably.
You could always push Mikhail into it if you want.
Yeah.
Something tells me he's standing behind all of us.
Yeah. Yeah. Cowering in a corner. Not this time, guys. You first.
Okay, so Connal, you're gonna put your hand on it?
Yep.
Okay, you walk up to it and put your hand on it, and you feel like a kind of like a static electricity. Nothing that's gonna blow you through a wall or anything, but you can
Couple
feel
hairs stand up.
the tingle of it.
I'm
And
jealous.
you do notice inside, if you can picture this, the outside of these things are onyx.
Mhm.
So that means 2 sides of this is onyx. But as you look in, you can see that the illumination is coming from, and it looks like circuitry, motherboards, far more advanced than anything that you've ever seen in a computer or whatever.
Are we in a
Inside.
Transformers movie? So I say to William, come over here. There's all sorts of circuits and such in here. Maybe you may be able to take a closer look.
So I'll go ahead and walk up, and I kind of look and see if I can figure out what it is.
Okay, the closest thing that you can think of is some sort of like telecommunications. It's some sort of hub, it looks like, for communication. And every once in a while you hear a thrumming sound, and the illumination goes from the floor to the ceiling.
Is there a pattern? So is there a pattern to it?
No, it's just every few seconds. Let's say every 5 seconds you hear a thrumming sound, and then the illumination rises to the ceiling, which is so far up that you can't even see where the ceiling is.
Should I break it?
It's up to you. Is like the little, you said that there's like these little pillars. Are they rotatable?
No,
But when
Again,
when he touched it, it hummed, right?
it was humming before he touched it. When
It tingled my fingers, William,
Yeah.
when I touched it.
it was like a static charge.
Talk to me and not that invisible narrative voice.
Let's see.
You do notice, Connal, that when you touch it, it's slightly warm to the touch. It's not cold like stone or steel.
There is power running through this, William. I'm going to try and break open the onyx.
Okay.
Michael, do you have the rock you grabbed?
I do. And since I'm going to have to back out and get back in order to get my overlay back, I'll hand you the rock and see if I can come back in a sec.
Okay. I take it a rock, and I wish you well. So I'm going to smash the rock into the onyx.
Okay, as you smash.
Oh, no.
Oh,
I broke his connection.
you broke everything.
Man, guys, like
Man,
everybody-
That is
What
a
is
powerful
going on?
rock, man. It's all right. We're going to bear with it. We're going to get through it.
and then we win.
Yes.
As you, I'll wait for Connal to return.
Yeah.
Man, what is going on?
Man.
Thanks, Googles.
Did someone just
Bob
fall?
just kill everybody?
Man,
As soon as you left, Bob and I were talking. Bob froze, disappeared. Then Mike froze, and Chris froze, and then I froze. It was pretty solid, or at least that's what it appeared to be on my screen.
And oh, there it is. Okay. Is mine backwards or
No, you're good.
No, you're fine.
okay?
So it's still waiting for one to join.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mr. Sleepy Town.
He's he posted a message. He'll be right back. Oh, there he is. So I handed Connal a rock, and then
Right.
He
Yeah,
smashes
you
the
hand him a
button.
rock. He smashes into the side of one of the pillars.
I don't get to roll. I won't roll, Bob.
You want to roll?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
What do you want me to just roll the 2 10s or my whole entire strength thing?
Do your strength. Knock yourself
Okay.
out.
So that's a 4, and I've got 2 in brawl or 3 in athletics. Which one do you want?
Do strength and go ahead for brawl.
All right, so I'm gonna roll 6.
And give me 2.
Ow! So I got a 10
Yeah, roll again.
and an 8.
There's your 2.
Nice.
Okay, as you
Yeah.
as you hit it with the rock, you hear him. It sounds hollow, kind of like there's a casing on it, and you see a dent in a small hole that you've knocked into it.
I've put a tiny hole in this. Maybe you can get a closer look now, or stick something in there.
can I use my perception to examine the room, the general
Yeah, go ahead.
outline?
Yeah.
I'll be composure and wits.
Mm.
Yeah, I'll take that.
And
Nice.
so will I. You notice probably 30 feet further on, you see a table with it looks like a black velvet cover on it. You can tell there's something under it, but you don't know what it is.
I'll walk over there.
I'll tag along.
It's mighty brave.
I can do tables. That's about it.
Now,
Okay,
is
as
it,
you approach the table, and it's probably 6 feet long. You can see there's something under this cover. Again, no dust in this room. It looks like it was just put out there recently.
is it a significant shape under it, bodyish, or are we just talking about something, sort of covered up that
Yeah, there's something sort of covered up.
I'll lift the velvet cover.
Okay, as you lift the velvet cover, the first thing you see is Connell's axe.
Ooh, I run up and grab it.
And
Hey, Connal! Oh, you already got it.
William's gauntlets, Michael, your crossbow, and Mikhail, your big shiny mace.
I take that too. And I look at him and say, "You don't need this."
I start
I'm
crying.
kidding. I'm kidding. I say, "I'm just joking. Toughen up, wuss."
Okay. I'll try.
That's yes, sir.
And
Yes, sir. Raccoon Master.
you see probably 10 feet on the other side of the table, you see a mist start to appear.
Ooh.
I'm going to back up a bit.
I'm going to run a
I'm
little
gonna
bit.
run and grab my gauntlets. Put them on.
I'll go ahead and I'll have my bow ready.
Okay. The mist gets thicker and thicker and then dissipates, and there standing is somebody that you haven't seen since the beginning of this whole ordeal. You see an elderly, you know he's a vampire. Skin is almost translucent. Long gray wispy hair. And y'all remember Clyde Kodesh, right?
Right.
From the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Beginning.
Judas?
Yeah.
The dude that put us into or woke us from stasis, right?
He may or may not have something to do with that.
Okay. Oh, wait, no, yeah, different guy. It's been a while, Bob.
He walks up and just claps his, puts his hands together and just looks at you and smiles. Not like an evil smile. It's just like an amused smile.
Do you know what's happening?
He walks over and he says, yeah, I'm aware of what's happening. I also remember meeting you before in the future. He goes, which is odd because those two mages don't even remember you, and they're the ones that sent you here.
What time is it? What year is it?
What year is it? Out of keeper mode here. What year was it when?
Like, is it? Was it Rome? I mean, basically, is it pretty much like present day or?
Well, we'll say this: the time that you were in when you got to Rome is now 200 years later.
So you started us off in this in 2016.
That's what I was just looking up. I was like,
Yeah.
what year did we?
So
I knew it was present day-ish.
So we're in our future.
No, you're still in the past.
But 200 years past Rome. So we went back
Yeah.
to Rome.
We went back and now
and
we
then
went
now
forward.
we're 200
Oh.
forward.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been 200 years since the rings were taken from you and you disappeared and reappeared.
And then, so I start talking to him. Do you know anything about the Strix?
He says, I know a great many things about the Strix.
How are you alive?
How am I alive?
Yeah. Last time the Strix took something extremely powerful from us the last time that we were with them. And that was about 200 years ago. But it looks like that was like world-ending stuff. How are you still alive?
He says that all vampires are cursed, but can still die. His curse goes beyond that. He was cursed by God himself to live forever until the end of time.
And
He
then,
said,
do I know that he's Judas, or do I know?
I believe Mikhail, when he touched Mikhail, he told everybody that he got flashes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Because I remember
What do you
him
know of the
being-
Strix right now? What's the present situation of the Strix? We need to stop them right now. It's very important.
He walks up to you and probably a foot from you, and he goes, "The Strix rule everything."
And whose side are you on?
He's on his own. He goes, "I'm on my own side."
Okay, so you say the Strix rule everything. Are we in our past, or are we in an alternate past?
And how do we get home?
So we went back to Rome, and then that's when the Romans were. Then whenever we gave over everything, the Strix had it. Then we awake now, which is 200 years past that time. So it's a new future, which would be past from the 2016. So Aisha, we just blew up your head.
Oh yeah, she's going to be upset.
So basically, say we're
If you're on
We're eight.
let's say this is the timeline here. You were here and went back to Rome, and then when stuff happened,
We created a cusp and it changed.
you went there. And Clyde Kodesh says, and he's fully aware of this. He remembers the original time, again, when he met you in 2016. He also tells you that he's been watching you since then, even when you went back to 200 years ago, and he was aware that you were going to be here today.
Kodesh, do you know if there's any way that we can go back and reverse this or stop them right now? Do you know of any way? Would it stand to benefit you that we succeed, that we take down the Strix?
He said whether they rule or are wiped out is no concern of his. He says, "I don't have a dog in this fight," as a word to say.
Then why are you interested in us? Yeah, why are we of interest to you? There must be something if you're keeping an eye on us.
And I assume you gave us our weapons, or you gave us our weapons.
I did give you your weapons back, just to make it a little bit more entertaining.
So that means that you do have stakes in this, that you are entertained.
The only stakes I have in it are being bored. I've been bored for...
Do we not entertain you?
Yeah. I cave in Mikhail's face.
Not entertained?
So how can we get home?
You can get home and you can change everything, but you're going to have to face God.
Your God? Or some other sort of God? We've seen many weird things in the past.
And again,
few hours.
he just smiles and shrugs his shoulders. He does walk over to the pillar that you damaged, kind of moves his hand over it, and as he does that, it's smooth again.
Well, I'd go whack it with my axe, Bob.
So I ask him if there's any way that we can stop the Strix right now, as it stands.
You can get your relics back. You can try.
The bracelets, the rings.
All right.
Yes.
Do you know if they're guarded someplace?
They are guarded, and they're still here in Rome.
Mm.
All right. We know this is just a game to you, and I mean, there's not much we can do to force you to help us, but we want our lives back. What do you need us to do to give us the information we need to get back to where we belong.
Okay, he walks over to you and puts his hand on your shoulder and motions to the far side of the room. He goes, the only thing that I need you to do is keep going forward. And as he says that, a large purple swirling lights on the far wall appear, and another tunnel opens up. And you feel fresh air.
All right, well, I'm going to brush his hand off my shoulder. I don't trust him. He knows I don't trust him. I'm not going to be his buddy. But like, what do you need us to do? What do you want us to do? I can't fight you. I can't beat you, but I can ask what you need us to do.
He looks at you and says, I just need you to survive just a little while longer.
What are we walking into?
He goes, if I told you that, it would ruin the surprise.
I run up, or I grab Mikhail and go ahead and just basically try to chuck him through the swirly thing. And then I turn back and I look at the guy, I can't remember his name,
Clyde Kodesh.
Clyde Kodesh, and says, I don't appreciate your games. Your games is not entertaining to anybody else except yourself. But if so, we'll play your games. But we're in this for the better of this world, for our lives, for our futures. And then I turn around.
My life.
And then I turn around and I walk through the purple swirly thing. All
right. I'm still standing there. You're not going to tell me anything. You're not going to give me any clue. You're not going to help me at all, other than to say to walk through.
He says, beware the beast.
666.
I do the Michael Jackson Thriller look back where my fangs come out and the eyes glow, and I walk through. I am the beast.
I'm going to shake my head and follow my friends.
Okay, as you do that, you can hear him laughing as you walk away, and it gets fainter and fainter. And as you turn around to look, and he's disappeared.
Bastard.
Okay, as you all go through the purple swirly thing, you feel fresher air on your face than was in these tunnels. And you hear the wind blowing, but you don't hear any people moving around. You don't hear any talking. You hear what may or may not be faint whispers on the wind, but you can't be for sure if it's actually whispers or a trick of the wind. You find yourself in a small town square, and in the distance you see a green light, a blindingly bright green light shooting up into the sky. The clouds around this light are circling. It looks evil. Let's just say that.
Bet that's where those
or
bracelets
ominous.
are.
I say we head.
Absolutely not.
I grab Mikhail by the scruff of the neck. Say,
all right,
you
so,
really have no choice in this matter. I would like to go home.
Yes, sir.
What now? This is a town square, you say?
Yeah.
But no people. Deserted? What are we seeing?
The street is deserted. There are buildings on each side of the square. The far end, that was just like regular Roman pillars that lead down a huge flight of stairs that exits out into a courtyard. But there are buildings to each side of you.
Any evidence of recent activity, or does it look like it's just abandoned?
No, it's run down, and some of the buildings are in ruins, but others seem to still be in pretty good shape.
I'm
So this
assuming,
green thing that shot up in the air, it's setting up on top of like a hill or something,
You can't see. All you can see right now is the light.
and it's off in the
You're up in the
distance.
town square, and the stairs at the far end of the town square go down, but you can see the light shooting up in the distance into the sky.
Oh, okay. So it's just like kind of a light source, like a strobe or a
spotlight.
yeah.
And I'm assuming I'm assuming it's dark, or are we doing like the Roman thing where
The sky is actually even has a reddish tint to it. It's nighttime, but you can kind of like if there's a fire and it's cloudy, you can see that reddish tint. That's what the sky looks like.
Connal, do you sense any animals around that you can talk to?
Do I?
No animal life, but you do. Connal, go ahead and roll 2 10s.
There is a percentile dice if you want, Bob.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Do the percentage dice above a 50.
No.
Okay. You
But
don't.
I got an 88 on the.
Then we're going to take that one. We're going
Sweet.
to take that one. You do sense in one of the buildings signs of life. It's not animal life either.
Something there, Michael, but it's not a raccoon, and I feel it's more human
Yeah.
than animal. Can I like hear the heartbeat?
You can. It's
Listen.
irregular, but you can hear several heartbeats, as a matter of fact.
Listen, focus your ears and your senses. You should be able to hear the heartbeat too.
I am one with the Force. The Force is with me.
The force is with me. One of my favorite parts of the movie, by the way.
Spoilers.
Have you not seen? Tell me you've seen it.
Nah,
Oh,
Kick him
don't
out.
worry. I'm not worried.
You're out of the group.
next time throw him first. Jeez.
There is a kick button.
So, all right. So we're sensing humans. What kind of a number are we talking?
At least 3.
I hear at least 3 heartbeats.
Yeah, you can hear at least 3 heartbeats.
Let's get some answers. I mean,
Let's move. We have our weapons. Surround them. Do not let them flee. Let us go.
And you said they're in a building?
Mhm.
Okay. I'm going to walk up to the building, and then if there's like a window or something, I'll kind of peek in.
yeah, I'd rather be stealthy.
Okay, you walk up it's just a window with a ratty looking curtain hanging above it. Inside you see a faint light. Not as bright as a fireplace, but a light nonetheless.
And then I turn her back around to Michael and motion him to come here, and then start talking to him. There's light in there. If there's a way that you can shoot it with your arrow, see if you can dislodge some of it, then that would be easier for us to attack.
Well, before I did that, I'd want to see, because he's looking in the window one way. I want to see if there's any other way to, look from the other side, around the curtain or something, just see if I can see better in there, or even move it slightly. Does that give me any better vantage to see what or who is in there?
And I'll allow this. You won't even have to roll a dice, since the 4 of you are stealthy
And we have the
as
force with us.
vampires. Yeah. You kind of move the curtain a little bit, and you see a man and a woman, very, very skinny and dirty, with a small child huddled around a small cooking fire. And it looks like they might be cooking maybe a rat or something like that. You're not for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna step back and just say that and I'll describe the scene and say we should be able to walk in. I don't see that there's a whole lot of fight in them. We should be able to go in and
Also, meta too. You probably should know that. I guess just being Mikhail, that we're extra sensitive to light and to fire.
except for Connal.
Yeah, except
Of course.
for Dirt Man.
Yeah, but we're not gonna, just like in the first game when we had you frenzy around fire. We're not even gonna screw with that.
All right,
So
because if it happens again,
Thank you.
I'll bail out and hide in the dirt. Whatever.
Now, if you're attacked with fire, we'll do the actual double damage or whatever it does to you. But
These don't look
just
like
seeing a
they're
little
gonna.
flame, yeah.
I
Are
don't
they
think these people have
talking
any.
at all, or are they just cooking?
You can hear them talking softly to each other.
Is anything of interest that we need to hear?
They're just talking about eating whatever they're cooking.
Okay. And then I mentioned to Michael if both of us want to run in and see if we can subdue them for questioning. Like one of us take one of them, or one of us want to go with me into.
I'm going to ask. Let's try this first. I mean, we're thinking going in great guns. Let me walk in and just, hey, shh, don't want to hurt you. I'm new here. I just got some questions. I'd rather I'm thinking we have a better chance if we can not, go at them that way. Instead, try to be a little more friendly. Let's see if we can, get them on our side rather than just put them under our heel.
You can play good cop.
I mean, let me try that first. If it looks like, all of a sudden they're going to run out or whatever, grab them. But it can't hurt to try.
Okay, so
Saying this quietly.
Yeah. So you're just gonna go in, palms up, saying, "I'm not here to hurt you" or anything like that, right?
I'm going to step quietly in the door and just hey, just not trying to be imposing or anything. I'm just gonna act like, hey, I just spotted you. Hey, can I talk to you? Just to see what happens.
All right. As you walk in, the man and the woman, again, very dirty and very skinny, very malnutritious. They scream and scurry back on the floor. They're not running away. They just scurried back to the wall. And the child turns to you. All three of them have a look in their eye like they recognize you. And the man and the woman start whispering back and forth to each other, pointing.
All right. And I'm still trying to strike the, hey, I just got some questions. I'm not here to hurt you. Hey, can we talk, please? And trying to defuse rather than escalate.
Okay. The little girl doesn't have a look. She's not afraid like her parents are. She comes up and stands in front of you and looks you up and down, and she says, points at you and just says, "War." Because you're the only one in the house, right now.
I think I'm the only one that stepped in.
I'm by the door, but not in.
Okay. So where they can see you,
Yeah.
Connal?
Not where they can see me, but where I can hear.
Okay.
At that, I would get down on one knee, so I'm on her level,
Okay.
looking at her parents. Not like, okay, I got her and I can hold her here and scare, just more trying to be approachable, trying to be relatable. I'd rather try to do this where we're not fighting these people, but instead they would willingly be able to work with us and give us information. So, on the kid's eye level, looking at her, trying to say, I'm new around here, never been here. I don't know about this war. Wow. What happened here?
She walks over to her parents, and she's still pointing at you, and she goes, "It's war. It's Mom, Dad, it's war."
And I'm looking up at her parents, confused expression, trying to, communicate. What is she talking about?
Okay, her parents are no longer looking you in the face. They have their eyes, downcast, and still on their hands and knees. They're still cowering in the corner. And they ask, "Well, why are you here? And are you alone?"
I'm a stranger here.
And they say, "No, you're not. You're not a stranger. You're war."
There may be people like me who did have a war here. I'm not familiar with this place. I've never been here. I have friends that have come with me. We've come a long way, and we're just trying to figure out where we are and what happened here.
Okay, and the little girl turns around to you when you say that you have friends here, and she goes, "The other three are with you?"
Wow. Okay, my eyes are gonna get wider. I mean, that would.
When I hear that, I step in and say yes.
And the woman sees you walk in, and she just faints. Whether it be from starvation or fear, she just faints away. And the father starts crying, and even the little girl, when she sees you come in, she kind of takes a step back.
We mean you no harm, little one.
And she points at you and says, "Death."
Only are you a raccoon?
I look at the girl and I say, "You have names for each of us, don't you?"
And she says, "Yeah, you all have names."
Famine
Pestilence.
and pestilence.
Yes.
Nice one.
And Mace Windu. And I walk in. And I walk into the little girl, and I go and I bend down and look at her, and ask her, "Hey, sweetie, don't be afraid of us. I need you to tell us what you know about us."
She looks at you and says, "You're pestilence." And then she looks at Mikhail and says, "You're famine."
Does she know where our horses are?
She says, "You need the monument." And the father comes and grabs her, now snapped out of his fear, and tells her to be quiet and not mention the monument. And he goes over and looks out the door and closes it. And he says that we have to keep our voices down. They have eyes everywhere.
Who are they?
He said they are the ones that you created, that you allowed to be here.
Are they the ones that did all of this?
No, you did this. And the little girl turns to him and says, I can take them. I can show them. And the father, lets her go and sadly, with rest, he's resigned to the fact that this girl is gonna take you somewhere that's very dangerous.
I think we've already had our job handed to us. So I'm going to look at the father just to see, because I'm remembering in the meeting in the cave, just say, okay, so this is a big game to him. It's our lives to us. I still want to know what I'm walking into. So I look at the father and I'm say, what? I still say we're strangers here. We don't know this area. I'm happy to try to take care of this and fix whatever you say we've done. But I need to know, can you tell me what we're dealing with?
And he says God is in Rome. God came and Rome was destroyed.
Is that where the green light is?
And he makes some sort of marking over him, like you just blasphemed. And he says, yes. He said, but you can't go there. It's too dangerous.
Okay.
What was that?
Now, okay, so that's too dangerous. Where is this monument that your little girl spoke of?
He says, just outside the Colosseum, there's a monument. And the little girl grabs your hand and she goes, wait, let's go. Let's hurry. We'll go to the monument.
What do you think?
I think we need to go.
What else have we got to lose? Come on, little girl. Let's go.
Okay, she looks almost happy, excited that she's taking you to wherever she's taking you to.
I look at the dad and I ask him if he's okay with this.
He said even if I wasn't okay with it, it wouldn't make any difference.
Rightfully so, but your daughter will be protected.
And he kind of, and he says, be gone. The sooner you're gone, the sooner my daughter comes back to us.
And I grab his jaw to where he can't speak anymore. And I stare into his eyes very evilly. Let him know that I mean business. Like, I'm serious about keeping his daughter safe. And then drop, and then just kind of let go of his jaw. Kind of push him back, sort of, and start to walk out.
Okay. He lands in a heap and just tells you he says, just go.
Now, does the girl seem like, as she's headed out and all, is she at all cautious? Does she seem like she's...
Yeah, she's
okay.
She's scampering around, looking both ways, keeping close to walls and bushes.
Yeah. I'm going to be on high alert. I don't know what she's looking for. I have a good idea. It's some Strix, but I'm going to be listening and watching for anything that doesn't seem right. Well, more not right than what we're already in.
Okay, what seems to you can see the Colosseum from where you are, but the roundabout way she takes you, you avoid main thoroughfares and larger buildings. You come to 4 huge statues. They have their backs turned, sitting on horses. One's holding a bow, one's holding a sword, one's holding the scales, and I don't know what the other one. I can't remember what the other horseman holds.
He'll be a skeleton.
Yeah, yeah. As you circle around to the front, you see, kind of worn, but you can still make out that these statues are of you four.
Bend down to the little girl and kind of whisper. I said, "Why are there statues? What are the purpose of these statues?"
And she goes, God set these up when he came and took all his angels with him. He said the angels still walk the streets, but as long as we keep quiet and kind of out of sight, they won't bother us.
Does this God have a name?
God is God.
Have you seen him though?
Everybody's seen God.
You said angels are still here, but you make it sound as if they're dangerous, that they're to be avoided.
We don't usually have dealings with the angels. And she goes, I'm scared of the angels.
Can you tell me about their eyes?
They glow. There's a light.
That's okay. It's okay.
And other than the angels, what else is here?
She said, I used to have friends, but the angels took them. They came and got them during the night and took them to God.
So do you see the angels fighting anyone or anything else? Or is it just people like you and your family and the angels here?
Yeah, that's it. She goes, there's not very many of us left. When one of us dies, we get turned into an angel.
Mm-hmm.
That's not good.
And when one of them dies, 10 of them come and take the people. And she goes, and then I never see them anymore. She goes, they took my brother. He tried to fight, and they took him. She goes, I've only got 2 friends left.
We'll see if we can do something about that.
And she kind of looks at you and she goes, there's nothing you can do. When the angels take you, you never come back.
Then why were you excited to see us? What has been said about us?
She takes you over and moves some brush aside, and there's a sign on the statue, and it says, and God sent his servants to enlighten the world. She goes, my friends, the only friends I have left, the 2 friends, they told me that you would come back. They didn't say when, but they said that you would come back. It was foretold. And she goes, and now here you are.
Now, is there any other, was that like at the bottom of one of the statues? Is there more writing to be seen?
No,
at
it's
all right.
It's like right there in the center.
Okay. I was just wondering if
Like,
there's more.
like a plaque.
Seems odd to me that these would be set up as opponents to these angels that inhabit the area. I guess we're here to enlighten these angels.
Okay, as you say that, from the top of the Colosseum, you hear, you can't make them out, but you hear voices loud enough for everybody to hear. She looks up, the little girl does, and standing on top of the Colosseum are 2 figures. and she points with her mouth open, and she goes, "It's angels." And she goes, I've got to go see if my friends are okay." And she darts away and disappears. The two figures on top of the Coliseum jump off and do their superhero landing in front of you and stand up. Their eyes are glowing.
I'll look at Connal and say, I mean, are they staring us down?
Yeah, they're walking towards you, just looking at you. And then they look up and see they look at the statues and look back down at you, and they both smile.
I dart off to the right, off through the alleyways or something.
Okay.
Basically to the side.
Yeah.
To the right side.
So in the back of you, you've got statues. You've got the street, I guess you could say, and the left and right. And in front of you, you're looking at these figures that just jumped down off the Coliseum. So you're darting off to the side?
Yeah, I'm darting off into the alleyways just to kind of bait.
I stand there, axe in hand.
Yeah, he wouldn't have sent us here if we couldn't have won the fight. We're just here to entertain him. We just have to be better than they are.
I do a flourish with my axe, make it look kind of cool, Twirl it in my fingers like a drumstick.
All right, if they're coming at us, I'm going to go ahead and take a shot. I see no reason not to. Good bows. That'll be Dex and firearms. All right.
Ooh, 666.
Yeah. Hey, there you go. I had to get something for that.
Well, at least it wasn't 2 ones. I don't know which one's worse.
Okay, so not even a glancing blow. I pulled my shot.
Okay, he just looks as it flies past his shoulder.
I'm immediately going to start to reload.
Okay.
That was a warning shot. I'm saying that out loud.
One shot. Okay, William, as you're going down the alley, you hear noises coming from around the way that you're going. You're in a small dark alley, and it cuts off to the right, and you can hear voices coming from that way.
So I basically, so I head up to the roofs.
Okay. As you head up to the roof, what are you looking at when you head up to the roof?
I kind of look to the left to see kind of what's going on. Basically, just kind of see if I baited anybody out, and kind of look towards the direction of where the statues were, where the Strix were, and then I'll just look right back at the voices that were coming.
Okay, the voices you hear are of 2 girls and a boy. One you recognize all 3. One is the girl that just ran away, and the other 2 voices are X and O.
And then, can I hear what they're saying?
The girls going, they're back. You've got to come and see. She goes, angels are there too. And X goes, well, take us to them.
I'll go ahead and just kind of jump down.
Okay, you jump down in front of them, and it kind of scares the little girl, and she laughs, kind of a scared little laugh. And standing in front of you is, of course, the little girl and X and O, exactly as you remembered from all the other times that you've dealt with them. Except this time they remember you from 200 years ago.
About time.
We trusted you. And the reason that, and through that trust, led to the Strix doing all of this. Why were you? I thought you guys knew what you were doing. I thought you knew who the person was that we gave our bands to.
They said, well, we weren't there when you gave up your bands. We had already gone, but we were as deceived as you were.
We need to hurry. There's some Strix that need to be taken care of.
All right. And they walk past you, and you bring up the rear as you make your way back towards the statue.
Bob, how tall are the statues? Or like, are they on pedestals?
Oh, they're big.
Like how? Okay.
50 feet tall at least.
All right. So they're bigger than life size.
Yeah, they tower
Okay.
over everything.
Okay. All right. There went my idea. Never mind.
What was your idea?
I was gonna jump on the statue that had the sword and
You're
twist the sword out of the statue's hand, so I have
you're
a sword. To
vampire,
use.
though.
Yeah, 50 feet, and it's bigger than like that would be like me using an oversized great axe or great sword.
You may be able to get a vantage point too, so but I can't really tell you that.
No, I mean that would be foreign to my character. I could see my character doing the, jump on the statue, break the sword off to use it, but yeah, that wouldn't have been the first thing to occur to me to just get a vantage point.
You are military trained, though.
Yeah. I think Connal and I both are more of the, okay, here they come, let's take them on.
Head on.
Yeah, you'll definitely be backline.
So they're closing the distance. How far away are they?
Probably 30 feet. They're not in a hurry.
Look at Connal. You got any ideas?
I do not. I say we stand and fight.
I'm there for that. And are these? I remember the Strix are larger than we are. Correct? They're bigger than humans.
The Strix are just spirits.
Okay, I'm confused.
They possess. The only time you see a real Strix is when you defeat one, and you might see it looks like a raven or a crow, and then it dissipates.
Okay, I had completely forgotten this. I'm sorry.
Are they corporate? Like, do they actually have a physical body?
No.
But we do have those weapons, though.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Okay, this is kind of going back and forth between us, even though we can't see each other. But would X and O have any idea how to dispatch these things?
Hopefully.
You would think so.
I don't think
since
you
it's-
know that they're there just yet. But.
Yeah. Because I am open to suggestions. I'll fight them hand to hand if I have to. But
So it's just kind of, I think, up to you guys because you fired a shot, right? So it's kind of up to Mikhail and Connal right now as to what they're going to do, if they're either going to talk or fight.
Now these statues, right? They're huge.
Mhm.
Do they look weathered at all?
A little bit, but not much.
Okay. And the weapons.
They were built to. Oh, the weapons. I mean, these statues are 50 feet tall, and the weapons
Fine.
are. Yeah, there. You wouldn't be able to go up and because the sword would be.
Would I be able to climb up the statues at all?
Oh yeah, you can climb. That's not
Okay.
a problem for a vampire.
self-preservation.
And you're saying they're
Vantage point.
somewhat weathered. I'm thinking maybe Connal, or if one of you take them down there, I could climb up and hack off one of the weapons that falls on the Strix. Just an idea.
I will be your bait.
Finally. All right. So I'm going to scale the statue.
And Connal, I guess you're kind of bringing your axe to bear.
Yes.
Okay. As you do that, you notice, and so does Michael, the closer they get, the runes on your weapons start to glow just a tiny amount. And
Nice.
when the two angels get closer to you, they notice this, and the looks on their faces turn into not so cocky, but more of an intense look, and they kind of slow down.
So they're +2 runes.
Yeah, +2 runes.
Well, I will appreciate that. I'm by now I would have loaded my bow again. Because you said that's right, crossbow, not a bow.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Still, by now it would have been loaded again, and I'm gonna have it,
Okay.
drawn
Did
down.
you have two of them? You had two of them, right?
Well, and that was because I had when we were
Yeah.
first talking. I first was a 2-pistol fighter, and then when we converted,
I think you did have like two
so
crossbows.
they're hand crossbows.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right,
Cross.
cool. I'll work with that. So I'm going to have one ready and the other one down and waiting.
Okay. The closer they get, the brighter these runes get.
And I'm slightly backing off to the side from Connal because he's wanting to be front and center
Yeah.
to draw them. I mean, no, this isn't like you first. I'm there for him. It's just he's willing to draw them. I'm
Gauge the correct distance to have them where Mikhail might serve some purpose and drop
Yes.
something. And when they enter that range, I charge and start to attack.
Okay. They close the distance to about 10 feet, and that's when you burst into action, and you go to swing your axe at the one nearest to you.
Yes.
So go ahead and give us that
Yes.
roll.
Do you want just the percentile or do you want the...
No, just go ahead and roll it regular.
So strength is 4 plus 4 weaponry, hand axe, that's 8.
nice.
Tens.
Wow.
Meow.
And let's say 5.
4 nines.
Dang.
Wow. Oh,
Hammer down.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3.
That's
Now,
you freeze bad. Okay. You've set a very weird smile on your face for more than 10 seconds.
yeah. Let me do this. How many did you have?
Those 4 nines.
4 nines? Okay, so you hit one. You hit him in the
Okay.
shoulder. And your axe, you bury it deep into his shoulder.
Yeah.
Go ahead and tell me what happens.
I swing overhand right style at a 45-degree angle and slice in right above the shoulder under the collarbone.
Okay, and you just bury it deep, and it lodges basically in his chest.
And then I boot kick to pull it out.
Okay, so yeah, you kick him back. Your axe flies out. Black blood oozes from the very, very grisly wound. He lands on the ground and kind of smiles as he's, puking up his black blood, and he turns to ash, and you see a figure of a dark bird as it flies towards the green light, and it's being loud as it flies.
All right.
And
Am I close enough to see?
Yeah, you come back out into the square. You're probably 50 feet away, and you see this happen. And you
I yell at Michael to shoot.
Yeah, I would have already been targeting the other one. I just didn't want to overload the.
No, I meant the bird. Shoot the crow.
Oh.
Oh, you know what? Okay, I would take that. I was going to aim for the other one, but hearing that, I'll try to take a shot at the crow.
If you want to take a shot at the crow, just do a percentage dice. And
Okay.
Please get above a 50.
All right, well, let me back off the roll that I had set up. All right, so just a single percentage.
Okay, as you fire,
I can't shoot today.
Your arrow goes a little wide, and the bird dodges it and keeps flying off towards the green light.
I chose poorly.
Now the remaining individual there sees what you've done, and he lunges towards you.
Toward me or to Connal?
Towards you.
Okay. I'm going to ready myself, at least brace for
Now, since you had two crossbows, one at the ready and one that you fired, I'm going to allow you to attack while he's charging.
I'll take it. Snapshot. Is this another percentage, or are we going for
No,
regular?
we're going regular.
Come on. Yeah,
Wow.
buddy.
Nice, man.
Totally redeemed yourself.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll that at a 10.
Oh, that's right.
Solid.
So. Oh well.
Man.
Well, that's still pretty good.
So I shot in one eye and it came out the other one.
You did. You shot him in the eye, and it goes through the arrow. Halfway exits the back of his head, and without a sound, he just falls back. His mouth opens, and again, out comes a mist, turns into a large dark bird, and follows the same path as the first one.
See, I'm rolling over and starting to reload. I was already bracing for impact as this is happening, so I'm not even really paying attention.
Okay.
I'm trying to get ready for another shot if I can.
Okay. You don't. There's nobody else around, and by the time the Strix flies off, William, X and O, and the little girl are back with the group. X and O look at the little girl and tell her to, go ahead and go back home to your parents. And she smiles and gives X and O a hug, and she takes off running, disappears into the dark.
And I'm going to yell, "Good job, guys. Plan worked. I'm coming down. Thanks."
Okay. I would look at. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
We probably need to be moving here pretty soon because
Sounds like
the Strix have gone towards probably to get back up. So we need to be on the move pretty quick.
So I'm going to look at the kids and say, how do we take these things down? How do we kill them?
And she goes, "You already know you how to kill them. You've killed two of them."
No, we've killed the bodies they've inhabited. How do we get rid of these things?
Oh, she goes, "You want to totally destroy a Strix?"
Yes.
She goes, "To do that, you would have to go to where the one that calls itself God is."
What
So
happens
now
after
in the story.
What happens after the crows? After the dark birds return to God?
Well, they're making a lot of noise, and X and O goes, the others have been alerted, so we need to get off the street real quick. And they start back
Lead
to the
the way.
alley.
I'm
we'll
following them.
Go ahead and follow.
Yep.
And small bladder guy follows.
All right, they take you down the alleyway through some twists and turns, and you come up to a dead end. And they walk right through the wall.
I'm going right behind them.
Sure.
Unless I hit the wall and I can't follow them.
No, you can't. You can follow them. Okay, as you go through the wall, it's just like the tunnel. If you look back, you can see the alley. They take you probably 20 feet, and it opens up into it looks like a kind of like Da Vinci's workshop type of deal. There's small models on tables, books, scrolls everywhere, things hanging from the ceiling. It's just like a little workshop. You can see some stuff that, through your experience with the supernatural, that is has to do with magic. You see small animals that have no reason to be alive. Small lizards with kitten heads and stuff like that. And they tell each of you, lay your items here on the table and let us look at them.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and take off my gauntlet, set them down, and ask them if they know who Cly Kodesh is.
And they say, "Yeah, we know Cly Kodesh. We were here before Cly Kodesh was made."
Cly Kodesh gave us back our weapons. Do you know what he has to do, if anything, with the Strix?
He doesn't have anything to do with the Strix. He doesn't have anything to do with us. He doesn't have anything to do with anything except for Cly Kodesh. And as they're talking, as O's telling you this, X goes over and picks up Connal's axe, and with a little incantation, says a little incantation over it, and hands it back to Connal. And as you take it, I guess it's is it double-sided axe?
Yeah.
Or okay,
yeah. The nasty ones.
The nasty ones. You see that you have your blade on one side, but on the other side where the blade is, as soon as you take it in both hands, these spikes, these green, it almost looks like crystal spikes, shoot out the end of it. So
Sweet.
it's just like that.
Literally, Connal just goes, sweet.
He's got lightsabers.
And they take Mikhail's mace, and the same thing. I guess it was a ball with spikes on it.
Yep.
Is that what? Okay, the spikes turn into this green crystal stuff, and before they hand it back to you, they test it. They point it towards a wall, and these spikes shoot out, these green crystal spikes, and embed themselves in the wall, and the wall starts dissolving like it's been hit by acid. As you look back where the spikes, were shot from, other spikes are popping up in place, and they hand your mace back to you. And
Yay! Thank you.
and Michael, your crossbows, you notice that now there's no bowstring. They've taken the bowstring off, and in its place is a green, again, the same crystal. It's an arrow. They shoot it at the wall, and lightning, electricity shoots through and cracks the wall and blows a large hole in it. And as you look back towards your crossbow, another arrow just appears.
Just like the pistols. This is nice. Yes.
And William, your gauntlets, instead of being black and red now, you can see that they're very, very white. and the runes on them are green. And where your knuckles are, again, are these crystal. It's almost, just like little nubbins, but they're real sharp. Not like Wolverine claws, but if you were to get hit by them, it would mess you up. And they put them on and they punch a table as hard as they can. The table just blows apart, and the green crystals kind of glow, and you can see like the table being the matter of the table being broke down, and it's being absorbed into your gauntlets.
Sweet.
And they said you'll need these for when you go see the god.
Seems like a real nice guy.
So is he? I assume that he's where the green light appears.
Yeah, he has the beast there.
The beast.
Can you tell us about the beast?
Please.
The beast had a name at one time, but it's unknown to us. We don't know who the beast is other than the beast. He keeps him locked up. He is a vampire. He keeps him locked up, and he's not fed. He's almost starved. And every once in a while, the god will let the beast out, and he will sate his hunger, and then the god will send his angels, the Strix, out to get the beast, and they'll bring the beast back to where the light is.
So back before, when we were talking to the girl, did the little girl say that God was the one that built the statues?
Yeah, the god didn't, but the Strix made the people make the statues. You were.
I guess I asked him what the purpose. Like, I still don't understand the purpose. Like, why would they build statues of?
Because you stood against the Strix, and in doing that, inadvertently helped the emperor at the time get the artifacts that you lost, and with that, it was short work before Rome fell, and the known world has also fallen to the Strix. And it's thanks to you that this happened. It's basically propaganda. The Strix knew you would come back. They were told by the god that you would come back. And to kind of squash any kind of rebellion that you may have raised, they made the Strix and the god made you out to be heroes. And you're the reason that the Strix rule everything now. And that's what they've told people for over 200 years.
I think we need
She
to.
goes, it's just by blind
fix
luck
this.
that you came across the family that you did. Because anybody else would have alerted the Strix for some measly reward.
Well, I appreciate your help fashioning our weapons, but I think our time has come that we need to go.
Connal looks impatient and nods his head.
All right, they say we can't put you where the god is, but we can get you very close and save you the trouble and whatever danger you would be in if you were to travel there on foot. With that, they turn around, they each grab a hand, and with the other hand, they do their little mojo thing, and it opens up a large mirror. It looks like hanging in the air, except there's no reflection. You can see It looks like a garden, a dead garden, gnarled trees, tall grass, and not too far in the distance from this garden is a large, huge, black structure that you can't even describe. I can't even describe the angles on this thing. It just boggles the mind looking at it. You can't hardly process it. Where the structure, and they say, this is a two-way gate, so we hate to see you go, but see you later. They go, if we're found, everything is lost, and they usher you through this portal.
All right. So what do we see on the other side? I mean, if once there, I know we're looking for the green light, correct?
Yeah, the green light's coming out of this large structure
at
the other end of this garden.
Well, they got us pretty close.
Thanks.
And it's probably 2 regular city blocks away from where you are to this. We're going to call it the castle or the palace.
Synonyms.
All right, so we head out that way.
Yeah, we move.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna go. Let's all go to the palace. Let's all
Let's all go to the palace. I hope Mikhail dies horribly.
Oh, he will.
Say that loud.
Just like the hallway, I'm on full alert. If this has got to be something that they have guarded.
So
Go ahead and roll. See what you can see there.
Perception.
Yeah.
see what you can see. It's a composure plus wits.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that'll give me 6.
Boom.
Oh. Well,
Go ahead-
I still
go ahead
get
and roll that 10 again. Yeah.
Yep, I'll take that extra 10. Hopefully that'll do me some good.
Boom.
Or not. But I got a 9.
We'll say. Let's see, Connal, you got 2 successes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Michael, you hear shuffling, kind of like sandals on cobblestones, and Connal, you see hooded figures appear out of the darkness on each side of you, but they're not making any move to stop you. You can see in the depths of their hoods, almost Jawa-like, 2 glowing eyes. But again, they're not threatening you. They're just sitting there watching you. And I'll tell you, if you move against them, there are dozens of these robed figures.
Well, that's good to know. Sorry, I seem to be having network issues and I freeze occasionally, but then come back.
All right, so they're just acting as if it's okay we're here.
Yeah, like they don't have anything to worry about.
They're not blocking the way in.
No, they're on the sides.
So I'll continue to move forward and motion for the other 3 to follow.
Slap my hands together and say, let's go take care of this beast.
All right. Great.
Yeah. So much for stealth.
Yeah.
All right.
As you make your way, the robed figures kind of fall in behind you. So they've cut off any way of escape.
So
basically.
So we're the entertainment. Okay.
Let's all go to the palace.
And as you approach the palace, again, this is just like, it's so black that it's almost like a silhouette. But you can tell that there's a structure there. It's black on black is what it is. You see sliver of light, like a crack, and two huge doors kind of slide open. And you see a staircase made of gold lead up into a light.
Well, looks like there's only one.
All right, gentlemen, we gotta go.
Let's all go to the light.
Go ahead and skip up 2 by 2. Follow the yellow brick steps.
It's William's job today is to help in removing places.
So,
as you approach the structure, you enter the structure, and the doors behind you close, and all you see is a very bright light.
this is kind of what I'm imagining.
Wow.
And we'll pick that up next time.
Sweet. All right, guys. Well, we appreciate you guys watching us. Everybody else, stick around. We'll kind of talk a little bit afterwards. But anyway, we appreciate you guys checking us out, and we're looking forward to.
Yes.
We'll see you in
2020. See you then.
2018. No, we'll have one here pretty soon. So, all right.
I'm fleeing the country for 3 years, so 3 years from now. So I'm tired of all the Bob Lyle twists and turns blowing my mind.
As Michael likes to, as Michael Jones likes to say.
Oh, sorry. Forgetting my character. We'll see you next time.